Ladies and gentlemen, mostly gentlemen, welcome to a special edition.
Special election
edition episode of
We're doing
the Rough
this
Week podcast.
The day before, and we're hoping for Kamala big time.
Yeah, we're recording this Monday, and we're feeling bullish on Kamala.
We're feeling good on Kamala. I just put down $500 on Kamala to win.
Yeah, I bet my life savings because I'm with her. So
I'm with her so hard.
I mortgaged.
And I just ordered, just in case she loses, which there's no way she's going to lose.
Please.
No.
Have you seen the polls?
Have you
She's
seen
got
the polls?
110% chance of winning.
I love her. I ordered, don't blame me, I voted for Harris.
Yeah.
Just in case. I ordered a hat that says, don't blame me, I voted for Harris.
Yeah, I got a Harris Walz Speedo. I'm going to wear it to Barton Springs.
Hell yes, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I got balls to the walls tattooed on my chest.
Yeah, I got Harris, obviously.
Yeah.
Just running along the strap of my boxers.
Yeah, just like a belt.
Harris, obviously.
Harris.
And let me just say, we're broadcasting live from Austin, Texas. It's 75 degrees out,
it's
blue
gorgeous.
skies. The sun is shining. The birds
By the way,
are chirping.
I don't know if it's red, but just to be 100% clear, it's Wednesday and Trump won.
It's Wednesday and I gotta say, man, I didn't know how I was gonna feel, but I'm feeling.
Yeah, you owe me a fresh 10 clams.
Oh, dude, I'll Venmo you right now, gladly,
fresh
brother.
10 clams.
Gladly,
if
brother.
You look back into the episodes, we bet $10 on who would win. I voted Trump. He voted for Kamala.
Dude, I didn't vote for anyone.
You voted for Kamala.
Dude, brother, this is the best $10 I've ever spent. Dude,
Jesus Christ.
I'm feeling great, dude. I'm feeling great, dude. The boys are back in town.
Yeah,
dude,
what beautiful news. The best news.
The greatest news we've ever heard. People are saying this is the best news that's ever been news. This is the best news they've ever heard.
She
People
got
are
0
saying.
votes.
I beat her by 130%. They're saying I got 400 million votes. There's only 300 million people
in the country. I think a lot of people.
Apparently the illegals are voting for me. They're undocumented, but they're documented for Trump. They love Trump.
They voted for a free trip home.
Dude, they wanted me to send them home. We've got cruise ships.
They couldn't afford
really
Frontier to Mexico City.
So we got them Royal Caribbean. It's a royal boat service.
They got a nice cruise. Nice. They're taking a beautiful cruise.
There's going to be a big buffet with enchiladas and taquitos.
We're going out of Santa Cruz on a cruise back to where you came from.
I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling just fantastic, brother.
I can't tell if you're fucking.
I'm not fucking around. I'm feeling.
Why are you feeling? Would you have felt bad if Kamala won?
I don't know, dude. I really don't know. You don't know how you feel until the emotions hit you. You can't choose how you feel. And I'm just saying, I'm feeling great, dude.
Yeah. I feel exactly the same.
I feel great. Alexa, play Kid Rock. Let's rock and roll, dude.
We were smoking funny things, and we were doing everything,
making love out by the lake to our favorite song.
Drinking whiskey by the bottle,
no thinking about tomorrow, 'cause we're heading to a nuclear holocaust. Now, we're not headed to shit, but fucking...
Donnie's trying different things.
He's been fucking funny things. Making love out by the lake to his favorite whore. Dude, we're
brutal.
I mean,
you know, the funny thing is, I almost feel a little bit shorted on this close election that we were talking about. Everyone said historically close. It's going to be a nail biter. They're even saying this like well into election coverage. And you go, nope.
Oh my God.
Wasn't close.
Is there anyone worse at their job than pollsters?
No.
They have to be the worst people at their job.
Well, it's such a waste of time. I mean, it's like
they're like people who weren't good enough to be meteorologists.
Yes, I agree. Because the weather is at least based on like scientific backing, and you can literally look at, you know, the way air is moving and take an educated guess.
Yeah.
They just ask 2,500 fucking random people, and then they're like, yeah, this will cover the spread on you know, we're going to go to Iowa. This is going to cover the spread on the nation.
Yeah.
And you're like, it doesn't make any sense.
Dude, yeah.
It's always way too small of a sample size. It's also like the galvanizing to actually vote. That level of whatever is like so much more than a poll. No one gives a fuck about a poll.
Yeah.
If a pollster tried to contact me, I would just send them. I would text them a random address and say, "Is this where you live? I'll find you."
Dude, I also think that like polls should be adjusted. They should go like 3 percentage points more conservative. So whatever it is, lean 3 points to the right, because who's answering the polls? Like, you're not going to rural communities, knocking on doors and forcing them to answer honestly with like and people are afraid to say they voted for Trump. I was like, I don't see anyone afraid to support Trump.
Not anymore.
What are you talking about?
They just did it for the 3rd time. I think they're over the fear.
Dude.
They just did it 3 times in a row. Dude, they've had 12 years.
They have flags the size of Kmart's.
Yeah.
That they hang on the beach and off their cars and in front of their houses and back. Like, they rock this guy's merch like it's the Aggies.
Yeah, for sure.
And the people are like, they're afraid to say they're voting for him. It's like, no, who's answering the polls? How many conservatives? There's probably so many conservatives that get the polls. I'm not talking to the fucking...
I'm talking to you, man.
I'm talking to the fucking government telling you I'm voting for.
Government.
I don't need to fucking answer you.
I don't know. So you can come take my gun?
You got to factor in 3% of I ain't fucking telling you shit.
Yeah, for sure.
I ain't telling you jack shit.
Yeah. No, dude, it's definitely... Yeah, you're not going to call rural, fucking Wisconsinites or whatever swing states he won.
And I have no fucking sympathy for these goddamn losers. Perennial fucking losers. I want to be on the record saying that. I have no sympathies for these fucking perennial losers.
I don't... if you have sympathy for the Democratic Party... What is wrong with you?
No.
If you have sympathy for any political party, what is wrong with you?
And I'll be honest. Was it a bit satisfying to watch them get boat raced again?
Yeah.
A little bit. I mean, like, they're so... It's like the entire party lives in a bubble. I think about like our dumb comedian friends who live in Bushwick. It's like the whole party is in a bubble.
Right. Well, I talk about this thing where it's like there's certain people and, they... Like, how like a dog, like it raises its hackles, when it sees like something it could go eat.
Yeah.
There's a certain part of me that I have bully hackles where you go, that guy's he could use a bullying.
Yeah.
You could just get your wedgie dar. Your like wedgie instincts get fired up.
Yeah.
And every Kamala person,
your swirly senses.
Yeah, your swirly senses start tingling. Like, dude, the whole Democratic Party gets your swirly senses tingling, dude. They have, you can't stuff me in a locker. It's against the rules.
No, you're not allowed to do that. And really, how would you feel about yourself if you did?
Yeah, really, I heard that bullies make fun of people because they feel bad about themselves.
Yes.
Which is not true.
It's unbelievable to watch people they got absolutely dog walked, and they're still condescending. It's so funny to watch them.
Yeah,
also,
that's crazy.
The condescending of like it was racism and misogyny. That's the reasoning for this. Like they're running back the 2016 playbook, which is like the worst playbook of all time.
They've done it 3 times.
It's like if the 76ers just hired Doc Rivers again, and everyone's like, he didn't even take you to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
He's a terrible coach.
Yeah. Well, there was a Doc Rivers ad. Did you see that?
No.
It was a pro Kamala Doc Rivers ad.
How beautifully fitting is that? Poetic.
It's
poetic.
So funny, dude.
I mean, it's like the idea that they're just running back that explanation is crazy. Like I've never seen it. I've never seen people learn less from their mistakes, and it's like this,
it's
like
crazy.
Stubborn, just digging your feet into the ground, refusal to accept any responsibility for running a mostly loathed geriatric until the 11th hour until he shit his pants on a debate stage.
It was just a nightmare.
And then yanking him out and
the
replacing
whole
him with
thing was a
even
nightmare.
more loathed VP.
Yeah, someone on NBC or something said, like, Kamala ran such a perfect campaign. I'm like, Kamala wasn't even running for the first bit.
Have you seen Morning Joe? It's on MSNBC. Joe and Mina.
No.
Dude, they're just boomer fucking libs.
Yeah,
and
brutal.
The worst.
Brutal.
And the guy, the dude was in earnest talking about, we've been talking about these misogynistic white men, but if you look at the numbers, you have to realize there's a lot of misogyny in the black and Latino communities as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this is your honest to God response. Is black guys and Latinos are
hate ladies.
That's it. Everybody hates
First of all, they love the ladies.
Yeah, man, they love the shorties. Man, you think a brother don't want to vote for a shorty? Man, you think I don't want a thick ass Kamala in the White House?
Yeah, who do you think? Yeah, who do you think likes ladies more?
No, nobody likes ladies more than
white dudes hate ladies.
We don't even need them.
We hate them so
much.
We'll
go gay if we need to.
We'll go gay.
The fellas need the ladies.
White dudes are already half gay.
Yeah, and the brothers need them. They need to get a piece of the ladies.
No. But it is also hilarious to be like, to have that realization now.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think that Latinos may have conservative family values.
It's also like,
You're like, what?
there's something so deeply racist about it too, because they go, why don't they hate him? And it's like, well, you boil them down to just their race. So you assume that every black guy or Latino guy, his biggest problem is
that he's black
racist,
and Latino.
that he's black or Latino. It's like, there's plenty of Latin guys that live in my neighborhood. It's not even a nice neighborhood. The average house is $450,000.
Right.
That affects them. I highly doubt a guy who's landscaping all day for $20 an hour and then looks on Zillow and the housing prices are $600,000 is going, fuck, man, but it's not as bad as being Mexican.
Yeah.
That's my biggest problem.
Or that, exactly. It's like, he looks at the housing prices and goes, man, I wish I wasn't Mexican.
You think this black guy's being like, shit, man, milk is $14 a gallon, but at the end of the day, man, like, my race is the biggest issue, right?
Yeah, for real.
For real, you know what I mean? Like, I can't afford eggs. Like, I can't put my kids through school.
I work 40 hours a week, doing construction, and I can't, pay for my fucking food.
Working double shifts at the T-Mobile store.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Doing triples
afford my rent.
Doing triples at Cricket, you know what I mean? Like,
it's unbelievable. It's like, I sincerely think these people just, I'm like, do you hate the working class?
Yeah.
They do.
Of course they do. This is what I was like trying to explain to someone. I don't know. You could probably do a better job than I do, but like the left doesn't give a fuck about the working class in like the most weird way, whereas like the right just lies to their face. But they at least promise something.
Yeah.
So who are they going to vote for? The guy who's saying they're going to help them even if they're really not, or the person who's just completely ignoring them?
The right promises a break from political norms, which is what Bernie Sanders promised. Do I think Bernie would deliver a lot more than Trump?
Yes.
Would deliver results that benefit working class people? For sure.
Yeah.
But they are delivering a break from political norms, whereas Democrats are in earnest saying we need to go back to political norms, and if you don't want to do that, you're a bigot.
Yes.
Which is like an insane...
Yeah, it's like kind of like...
an insane platform.
Right. It's kind of like the ironic loop that people have been talking about, like with the left, like they're saying they're the new right type of thing.
Yeah.
Where they're making things so identity politic driven. And so like, and then that there's a distinct kind of evangelical kind of thing going on about it, like this like in-group like religious pseudo-religious language.
Dude, they also, I'll see them on Twitter, they go, these idiots, inflation's 2.1%. I'm like, yeah, that's the move. They're broke and can't afford to pay their rent or buy groceries.
Yeah.
Tell them, no, actually you can.
It's good.
Actually you can.
Yeah,
You're wrong.
It's crazy.
That's the move.
It's a crazy move.
It's insane.
I mean, she completely ignored. She also just abandoned left-wing values because she wanted to cater to the middle, and then that just alienated people who are earnestly on the left.
It's so funny.
It's so funny to go right in order to get more people, and then just lose everybody over there.
Yeah.
So she's like, yeah, fracking. Frack my ass. Fracks me up. I'm smoking frack. Load up my frack pipe. I love fracking.
I'm frackalacking.
And she goes, only thing I love more than fracking is chitlins.
Man, I love cooking some collard greens, when I'm feeling frackalacking.
Yeah, I'm going to take that money I made on the fracking fields and buy myself a whole mess of hog.
Yeah, man. I'm going to spend my fracking money on some cornbread. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna dip my cornbread and baked red beans and rice as soon as I get home from that damn old fracking field.
The Liz Cheney tour is also so funny.
Liz
they were like,
Cheney.
All right, we need an ace in the hole. An ace in the hole because we're worried here. We are concerned. We're thinking you tour the country with Satan's daughter.
Here's my idea.
We're thinking this is the child of Lucifer, and you buddy up with her, and you guys. I mean, you're salt and pepper at this point.
Here's what we're thinking.
It's like.
It's so funny.
I'm like,
we have the
dude.
Okay. You know the warmongering freak who made billions and planned 9/11? He's done.
Yes, I'm convinced. Steve Bannon transitioned, and it's just a psyop. Like there's a fat guy in a wig, and it's actually Steve Bannon, and he's giving them all their advice. Like he's the head of her.
The Kamala Harris campaign was written in Stormfront headquarters.
Stephen Miller got a set of fake tits so that he could be the spy in the campaign. He's advising the entire campaign.
It's so funny, dude.
He's like, you know what we should dig up is we We should dig up Donald Rumsfeld.
Okay,
stand with the corpse.
It's a three-pronged attack. We got Liz Cheney, we got fracking, and we got how much we fucking don't give a fuck about healthcare.
Yeah,
those are our big three. Our big three is no more universal health care, fracking, and Liz Cheney.
Yeah, Israel, Liz Cheney, and fracking.
Yeah. Mix them all together on a big gumbo.
Yeah. I know you guys are having a tough time. You know what I mean? Wages aren't great. Rent's going up. You know, price of the pump is a lot. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to make oil companies richer. We're giving more money to Netanyahu. And we're bringing the Chinese.
Liz Cheney's like, hey, everyone. I just got back from Israel.
So
and boy, are my arms tired.
They're like, George W. Bush endorsed Kamala. I'm like, he had the lowest approval rating in U.S. history. Yeah. What are you talking about?
That guy did 9/11.
Dick Cheney's approval rating at the end of his term as VP was 13%. 13%.
Yeah.
87% of the country hated him. They were
his
like,
guts.
We got to call on his daughter to pinch hit.
We got to get this toad. We got to get this toad. That's so fucking funny.
Dude, I mean, my God.
Yeah, and then just completely, just no. I mean, you saw how much, and then stealing it from Bernie before with earnest left-wing things.
Bernie just posted a brilliant,
really?
No notes. Just a brilliant synopsis of why they failed. He's laying into the Democrats on Twitter. Laying into them. No holds barred, just like guns a blaze. Like you could it feels like it's his dying wish is just to tell them to go fuck themselves.
He should. He's the only fucking real liberal on earth.
Oh my God.
In America, he's the only it's kind of disgusting.
Yeah. They're gonna have to redirect. They're gonna need like an ultra charismatic socialist that they don't label a socialist. They're going to have to go, we're going to give you universal basic income, we're going to give you free health care, school lunches, maternity leave, and the guy's going to have to be like a shit-talking cool guy that goes on podcasts. Like, that's what they're going to need.
I think I got to do. I think it's me.
I think it's you.
Yeah.
Did you see Dana White?
No.
3 minutes into Trump's... Did you watch the Trump acceptance speech?
No.
I kind of overheard a little bit of the Dana White thing.
It's even for his standards, it's funny.
Yeah.
Like, it's a high percentile funny Trump speech.
Okay.
Dude, he's going, we've got Elon Musk, he's a super genius, and we have to protect our super geniuses. he goes, he sent a rocket up, and I said, wow, it was brilliant and white and shiny rocket in the air. I said, wow, look at that rocket. That is, Elon, he's a super genius. And he started, this is word for word, he starts going, he's talking about how they won the election 4 minutes in. Like, he's not running out of steam. He just started, and he goes, we did so many wonderful things, beautiful things, and we've got a great golfer we're working with. He won the U.S. Open, Bryson DeChambeau.
We got the DeChambeau.
Bryson, where are you? And Bryson's out on stage. You think he would move out? And he just, for like a minute, he starts going, Bryson! Bryson!
Where are you?
He's like, just, there's so many, like...
Just looking for him.
It's so funny, like, the amount of, like, random grifter characters that are attached to this campaign. He's like, it's just so funny to be like, we've got the... super heavyweight champion of the world. We have Alexander Usyk. Alexander, where are you? He's a Russian, but I like him.
It's so funny, dude.
We've got Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk likes
Tony?
Trump?
No, I just mean like he's just adding.
I'd be like, that's so sick.
Can you imagine Tony Hawk just doing a 900 at the Trump rallies? Just going to Trump HQ, hitting a quick 900.
It's going to be like that, dude. We had Hulk Hogan ripped his shirt off.
So badass.
Dude, it's so Trump is so like
American.
I'm feeling great, dude. I'm going carnivore. I'm getting TRT injections. I'm fucking fired up, dude.
I'm gonna go build a wall myself.
I'm building a wall in my backyard.
I'm getting pallets of bricks mailed to my house right fucking
brick
now.
Brick by brick in the
brick
backyard.
Brick by motherfucking brick.
Yeah, wall to keep the possums out, dude.
Wall to keep the fucking little rats out. Yeah, you got to stop feeding that possum. But
it's it's unbelievable. And Dana thanked the Nelk Boys, Aiden Ross, and Theo Vaughn. This was, again, 2 minutes
so
into the
crazy,
speech.
bro.
Dude, he goes,
It's so crazy.
He goes, this man, nobody works harder. He's got a beautiful family. But before I leave, I just want to thank the Nelk Boys, Aiden Ross, Theo Vaughn, and the king of podcasting, Joe Rogan. He's like, somebody like Trump gets on after him. He's like, and we want to thank some more obscure podcasters. We'd like to shout out Zach Amico. We'd like to thank Mike Racine for his work on the campaign.
We all love the folks at Gas Digital.
We love the folks at Gas Digital. They're gassed up. They say they're gassed up. We think they've got
Fill her
lots
up.
of...
We're gonna
fill her up. We're filled. We're full of joy. We're
gas
filled.
tanks. They're gonna be full.
Gas Digital, and we're going digital to bring the gas price down.
I heard the Rough Week Patreon is really good.
I've heard they call them this supreme gentlemen.
That's what they call them.
These are gentlemen. They're
Weeklings. They say Weeklings. I don't think
Weeklings.
they're very
I would say they're strong.
I would say they're very
strongest podcast fans in the world.
Dude, yeah.
He crushed with Black and Latinos. He crushed with... Dude,
that was the other thing, dude. It's like, bro, these people talking about why Black and Latinos fucking didn't vote for... It's just crazy, bro. I mean, they're genuinely just blaming them, which is just so annoying. Like... I saw some horrible meme that just, it was, supposed to enrage me. And it was like Americans when gas is expensive, and then that was the caption, and the guy's just dressed like a Nazi.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on.
It's unbelievable.
How could you, how on earth could you miss the mark that bad?
It's unbelievable to just... thumb your nose at the financial hardships of hundreds of millions of Americans.
Yeah.
To be like, these are the biggest problems you could have. And it's like
you're poor and desperate, and someone said that they would help you and you supported them.
Yeah.
It's like, look, I'm not saying he actually will. I'm not saying he has any actual things lined up that are going to lift people out of poverty. I don't believe that. Like, I'm not sitting here going, Trump's, I'm so glad he's going to lift so many people out of poverty. Like, there's no part of me that believes that. It's going to be the same or worse or whatever. Nothing's going to change. And I would say that if Kamala were elected as well. It's a bipartisan take.
Yeah.
That no one gives a fuck about poor people in America. Politicians, they don't give a shit.
No.
But the idea of not understanding why someone would support the idea of being helped. When he's actively telling you, I'm going to get rid of illegal immigrants, blah, 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 blah. That's going to help you that way. I'm going to do these tariffs that are going to make it so you don't have to pay income tax. Like, he has distinct things that he's saying he's going to do. Whether or not they're going to work or he'll do them at all, I think no. But he's at least lying. That's what I'm saying. He's at least lying to your face in a way that he's pissing on your back and telling you it's rain. At least he's telling you it's rain. Not just going, yeah, that's piss, bitch.
He has the respect to pay you lip service.
Yes.
Like, he has the Democrats are insane.
Yes.
Where it's just
because they have such a distinctly, it's almost like, what's the word, like misanthropic energy. You know what I mean? They have this energy where they just kind of hate people.
Yeah,
I feel like they want to label people as bad. They want to label people as unhelpful or against party lines, and that they're enemy. Like this kind of thing. Like, but they're directing that at their own people.
Yes.
Trump smartly shifted it to immigrants, which has worked forever.
Yeah.
No country has ever been like, you know what? No, I like illegal immigrants.
It also works around the world.
It works. It's worked around the world
forever.
Immigration,
the economy is it wins in Italy and France and Germany.
Yeah. It's not an original playbook.
No.
Like, it's like, of course that resonated with them. It's on you as a liberal to come up with better ideas and be like a fucking actual, left-wing, helpful, compassionate person like you're lauded to be, whereas you're not. You're so not.
Yes.
No one who is like, this hyper social, fake social advocate like Party Lines Democrat. I'm not talking about real people who actually, fucking give out clean needles. I'm not talking about soup kitchen helpers. I'm talking about politicians. They're all just flat-faced. They're like frauds.
Well, they're
worse
also
than they are liars.
They're also so obsessed with the platform that he's a bad guy.
Yes.
And I'm like, do you think people that are struggling financially are clutching their pearls over the fact that he's rude?
No.
Do you think that is in the top 10
that
biggest
he's rude,
problems in
that
their
he
lives?
paid off a porn star?
What do you
that did he? That he incited a riot on January 6th.
Did he inflated the value of his real estate? They're like, my landlord's doing that right now.
Yeah, I'm paying way too much for rent.
Get the fuck. Who gives a fuck?
And what fucking religion is that guy?
Yeah. I mean, it's insane, and it's like that also has never worked. It's also like, don't you think that the people who are gonna think that he's a bad, mean guy, already think that? The fact that you're like,
you're not gonna sway anyone.
You think that a bunch of people are gonna be like, criminal charges,
and how many? Yeah,
whoa.
Like how many times have you heard a black guy go, Trump's hilarious.
Yeah, Trump's funny as hell.
Trump's funny as hell.
Yes.
That's like the working, with every black dude I know, for the most part.
Me too. Thinks he's hysterical.
They just think he's like funny. Like that's like a lot of people's baseline. He's kind of weird and funny. Like they're not going, oh my God, he's like the devil.
No, it's such an outdated take.
It's crazy.
Most people think he's funny and entertaining.
Even people who hate him would concede that.
Yes.
My smart friends who hate him concede he's hilarious and entertaining.
For sure.
I mean, have you, like, I'm reading this book and it's talking about, like, it's a very funny example, but you remember Taft?
Yeah.
Like the big fat ass?
William Howard Taft.
The whole thing was like they had to get him a different bathtub in the White House because he was so fucking fat he couldn't fit into it.
Yeah.
And this book is about, like, it's called Amusing Ourselves to Death, and it's basically talking about the degradation of American culture and how everything's entertainment, especially politics. In this one chapter talking about that, and he's like, it's written in 1985, and he goes, could you imagine William Howard Taft running today? There's no fucking way.
No.
They go, this fucking lard ass? I'm not voting for him.
It's Chris Christie.
Yeah, there's no way. It's Chris Christie. You have to get another tub for Chris.
He's a fat pig. And then it's
don't say he's eating.
He's eating right now.
So you have to be funny, somewhat good looking. You don't have to be like hot, but you can't be like ugly.
No.
And you have to be entertaining. Ultimately, you have to be entertaining. And who is less entertaining than Kamala Harris?
No.
As a human being, who is less? Joe Biden was more entertaining because he was wearing two left shoes.
Yeah.
At least he's like Mr. Magoo.
Yes.
At least he has like slapstick comedy chops.
Yeah, he's
falling down the stairs.
He's
falling off a
unpolished.
bicycle.
He's unpolished.
Yeah.
Regardless, it's not polished to fall down a flight of stairs.
No.
To shit your pants and
Yeah.
say that, Kimbo Slice is the leader of North Korea or whatever you say.
Yeah.
Like, that's not, it's unpolished. And that wins, and Trump has now won twice.
Right.
This idea that it's like misogyny is insane.
crazy.
It's insane.
Like, these people need to be entertainers. We understand the media landscape. Don't we?
It's also like...
Do we not?
Also the way...
woke scolding is not entertaining.
Dude, their whole playbook, it was almost like a 2012 playbook. I'm like...
It's crazy.
You're bringing out Beyonce to do a little jig and say a nice thing for 2 minutes, and then like there's a Taylor Swift Instagram post. I'm like,
yeah,
just just simple math, like that consumes so little of people's time. They're consuming these celebrity endorsements for so little time. Whereas Trump and Vance, you can watch them on podcasts for hours.
Yeah,
hours. Be a guy.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether you think that they were being articulate or smart or that they were being convincing, they were being a person talking to another person for 3 hours with zero editing.
You know what's so funny was listening to JD Vance on Tim's podcast.
Yeah.
Tim would say the funniest thing. He'd say something about like, well, isn't it better that they can have 3 jobs? Isn't 3 better than 1 job?
Yeah.
3 small jobs,
whatever. And then JD Vance would like play along with it, but then go, no, seriously.
Yeah.
That was the thing that would happen every time. Tim would say the funniest thing I've ever heard. I'd be howling laughing, and then JD would go, "Yeah, that would be better if they had 3 jobs and they could watch Netflix all day. That would be." But seriously, I do care about that. But I really want to get back to the event.
That's kind of the move. It's like laugh at the jokes, have fun, and then go policy.
Yeah, and then he would go, "But seriously, guys, back to
And I think he's gaining himself enough good grace by laughing along and understanding why it's funny. Yeah. That's enough. That's really enough.
Then he flexed he had an Indian wife.
Yeah.
He's got a beautiful Indian wife.
Beautiful Indian queen.
At least there'll be one Indian queen in the White House.
Yeah, there will be.
No matter what, guys, if you're concerned about that,
yeah,
there will be an Indian queen in the White House.
Yeah, I actually voted for
Madam
Trump
Vice
Vance
President
because I wanted to see an Indian woman in the White House.
Well, yeah.
So I voted.
Just if the White House starts smelling like curry. He goes, JD, you can't have your wife cook in the White House kitchen. I can smell it in the other wing. I can smell the curry all the way. I smell it in the lawn, the pungent spice. I can smell it in the lawn.
Dude, he was talking about Vance in that acceptance speech, and he's going, people thought I was crazy for choosing him at first, but I knew he had a big brain, a great brain.
Great big brain.
Great big brain.
Yeah, you got a little schmutz.
Yeah?
You got a little schmutz. You got it. Now it's on your nose. You got it.
What is this?
I don't know.
Oh, it's from the pillow.
I thought it was a booger, I'm not going to lie, but...
No, it's all good. It's a fuzzy from the pillow.
I just wanted to let you know.
I just want to say that. It's a fuzzy from the pillow.
Yeah, just make that clear.
Just want to make that clear.
We can cut that out.
No, it's okay.
No, you're embarrassed.
No, dude, I'm not.
You're like
embarrassed.
turning red and mortified.
No, I'm not.
Anyway, it stink like curry.
Smell like curry in the White House. There's cooking lots of curry.
No, we're not putting a tandoor oven in the Oval Office. It's not going to happen, JD.
Samosas again, really, JD? I'd like to know.
I'd like a fillet of fish, please.
It's just
And a Diet Coke, not this chicken number 45. What even is that?
butter chicken. I don't like butter on my chicken. I've heard they have a chicken Big Mac.
What a nightmare.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he does also.
It's so funny in the land of the chicken Big Mac. We were like Kamala Harris.
Yeah, it's like,
Her at McDonald's is brutal.
yeah.
I used to work at one. Whoa. Woof.
I mean, he's the perfect president for us. Like, he really, like, there's something about watching him I do like. He is our president. He's our
Yeah,
president.
I see what you're saying.
Like, he is. If he like, I know he just won, but even before, it's like, he feels like America's leader. He really does. Like,
Which is not good.
No.
Let's clarify.
No, we'll clarify. That's probably not ideal.
Yeah.
That he feels like a perfect fit for the
We'd
country.
also ideally, you'd like to have the American leader be like kind of a step above the populace.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, not be an exact sort of freakish mirror.
Yeah.
But hey,
I was watching
not to be
highlights.
some sort of funhouse mirror
Yeah.
into the American psyche.
I was watching highlights, and he's just talking like a maniac, and it's like Antonio Brown, and
Yes.
it's like Hulk Hogan, and I'm like,
AB.
this is really like perfect. It's like reality
Dude,
TV
it's like
and
the
fast
Justice
food, and
League. Yeah.
it's like roasting. It's like roast jokes and reality TV and fast food and wrestling and Twitter
Yeah.
and football. Like,
Yeah.
it's everything in one. That's his campaign is so American. It's so
Yeah.
deeply American.
Yeah.
Whereas her campaign is like this condescending Canadian horseshit.
Yeah.
It's like
it feels like the dumbest woman at a liberal arts school.
yeah.
Like, not even like I'm not even going to shit on liberal arts school or women, which, I am wont to do, but there are more deeply intelligent people who see right through all this horseshit,
Yeah.
who are like liberal educated women. But it feels like the dumb, like they were talking about the social media campaigns of Kamala Harris versus Trump, where Trump didn't really do anything explicitly, whereas like Kamala had this very choreographed plan. They had like a wing of Gen Zers. That's what they were calling it, like a wing of Gen Zers at Kamala HQ who would just make TikToks all day.
Yeah.
Whereas like, and then they talk about Trump, they go, he just is online. He just is a meme. He just exists as this personality, as this joke in a lot of ways. That's a funny joke that people enjoy.
Yes.
Versus like this contrived horseshit it's that fucking White House White House intern that's like a skinny like 18-year-old white guy showing up in a dress.
Yes.
And you're like, what the fuck was this?
No,
It's that guy. It's like that Gen Z weirdo and a bunch of Gen Z chicks who are stupid making TikToks on behalf of Kamala Harris rather than just like the organic meme-ness of Trump, which is always going to dominate.
No, she's like Blake Griffin doing a podcast
Yes.
on Conan O'Brien's network, and he's Kai Cenat in a bedroom.
Yes.
Like, it's
1,000%.
and one gets way more views than the other because it fits
Yeah.
what we're used to watching and what we want to watch.
It's just higher quality entertainment at the end of the day.
Nobody wants to watch this like curated, manicured, contrived.
Yeah, it's complete. It's just the level of obtuseness is just. It's like, I mean, literally, their head up their own ass so far.
I just like, you could tell these people don't travel, and I feel like sometimes, like, I have friends that don't get this, and I feel like maybe they don't travel enough or whatever. Like, for stand-up, you
See the
travel
country.
also specifically to Middle America, like comedy clubs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right, you're going to Binghamton, New York. You're going to fucking Columbus,
Exactly.
Ohio. You're going to Des Moines. You're going
you
to
don't used to go to
Wichita
Napa
Falls.
Valley.
You're going to Sioux Falls. You're going to fucking Idaho. You're going nowhere.
Yeah, you're not doing Aspen Comedy Club.
No.
Like, you're going to the middle
Dude,
of the
you're
country.
not doing somewhere, some fucking coffee shop in LA.
No, you're in Cleveland.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You're in Chattanooga, whatever.
You're in Dallas. You're in Houston.
You're in the country, and these
You're in
I just
real
feel like
places.
These people don't understand. Like, I'm like, you have no idea who lives in this country. I'm convinced you have no idea.
Yeah.
And every time this is now
right.
twice he's won, and they're blown away, and they can't believe how hateful everybody is. I'm like, they're not hateful at all. They like him. They feel heard. They feel spoken to. They feel recognized.
Right.
They feel that their plight and their problems are taken into account, and they're being considered by his campaign and what he promises. You know, whether or not that's going to turn out.
Which is ironically like what should be the bare minimum,
especially for the Democratic Party, for liberals.
Yes, it's
The
insane.
left-wing
It's
party.
absolutely insane. I mean, the amount of I feel like I've been saying it for years, but like genuine dislike of poor people. Like there's a sort of like, you know, it's the coastal elite thing.
Dude, you hear them talking, I'm like, I think you hate poor people and black guys and Mexican dudes. Like, I really think you don't like anyone except for your weird bubble of like techie, yuppie, rich, coastal, white, freak, loser, fucking SSRI friends. Yeah. Like, that's the only people you can relate to are like people who are like, you know, inundated with therapy speak and spending $9 on a coffee. Like,
have you heard the education gap thing?
Yeah, well, they talk down about education.
I mean, how deeply condescending.
It's so condescending. Like, yeah, they're stupid, they're uneducated. I'm like, okay, let's even say you're right, and that's why he got elected. I don't think so. Yeah. But let's say it's because everybody's uneducated and stupid. Isn't that not good? Shouldn't we want
them to be educated and smart?
Wouldn't it be nice because they're a citizen like you are? It would be nice if they got the same education you got.
It's almost as if the education system failed them.
Yeah.
What?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's
to
crazy.
go to Dartmouth and go, yeah, you didn't vote for him because you voted for him because you're fucking stupid. Yeah. You're just like a dumbass. Fucking dickhead. Yeah. Like, and also you lost. Yeah. Also the day laborer, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. The guy who works in construction got his pick.
Yeah, I don't even think, let's say like the most annoying Trumper there is, right? Yeah. Some fucking doofus like hick asshole who's ignorant and racist and shitty. Sure. I'm not sure he looks at a Harris supporter and goes, what a dumbass. I almost think he goes, what a pussy. Yeah. What a loser. Yes. What a bitch. Like, that's the kind of language they use to attack the other side.
You're a dork.
It's you're a dork, you're
like
a loser, you're a
dork.
bitch. No one likes you, you're lame, you're boring, you're not fun, you're not funny. Yeah. Like, all these things are way better than, like, you're stupid, you're a dumbass, you fucking hick retard, I hate you. You know,
yeah, it's like Democrats have basically stereotyped the Republican electorate, the Republican voter base, as like the kid in the back of the class eating Elmer's glue. Yes. But they're being stereotyped as like the lame dweeb principal. Yes. Like the principal everybody
They're the
hates.
teacher's pet dork.
You're the teacher's pet. It's like
the kid eating glue likes Trump, but also the kid like dunking. Yes. He's like plays 3 sports, also loves Trump. Yeah. The guy who's like a he's starting quarterback, point guard, and all state wrestling.
And the kid whose mom works in the cafeteria likes Trump.
Yes.
Like it's also like I also would way rather hang out with the glue eater than the teacher's pet.
Of course.
That has been true my entire life.
You make him eat glue, he makes you laugh.
He's silly.
You go eat that bug, and he eats the bug, and you go, look at these, I like him.
And it's like they're not glue eater. Like, sure, maybe they're less educated than you. That's the other thing. It's kind of sending on another level to go, yeah, they have less value than you because they didn't go to a $70,000 a year university. Of course. The fact that you had the opportunity to do that and they didn't is in and of itself a problem. That's actually like core to what is bothering
It's actually
them.
you want to talk about privilege.
Yes. You're talking down to people whose main reason for going to the polls is because they haven't gotten the opportunities you have. Yeah. And you're going, you voted for him because you didn't get my opportunity. Correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Correct.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head.
You hit the nail on the head, yes.
It's almost like they would also like them. Yeah. Yeah, and then the left doesn't give a fuck about that. Yeah. They don't care, and they go, rather than noticing that and going, you know what, I should try my best to get that person these opportunities, rather than do that, they sort of like go, oh, you fucking idiot, you don't even know. Yeah. It's like, of course they didn't know.
Dude, and
you gave them no opportunity to learn.
Bro, and half of these fucking pussy-ass comedians and actors and shit, like, dude, their families, they have trust funds and vacation homes and trips to the south of France. Crazy. You have no fucking right to tell these people that they're, like, dumb, racist misogynists.
Right.
It's absurd behavior.
It's a brand of coastal elitism that is so dead.
Yeah.
It's literally like just a corpse rotting on the floor.
Yeah.
You know, and they're going, that's how we're going to talk.
100%.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
It's absolutely crazy. And that's why Bernie was so beloved in a way that no liberal candidate has been.
It hasn't been popular
besides Obama.
Since people, like, watched the Emmys.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, that's the last time it was popular. It's like when the Emmys were popular.
Right.
It's like Kathy Griffin era condescension.
Yeah. No, if I was in charge of the Kamala team, she would have been twerking on Kai Cenat. She would have been bussing with the boys.
Yeah.
She would have
been doing Costco reviews.
She would have been eating chicken bakes.
Yeah.
And double chunk taco cookies.
Yeah.
She would have been standing with the Costco guys talking about Israel and eating a chicken bake, saying Israel's a right to defend itself. I give this chicken 5 booms.
You're going, Gaza, that's a boom.
Gaza's a boom.
It's crazy, bro. I mean, she just couldn't, for whatever reason, man. It's just this, like, the hearts of the American people couldn't be more against
everything they stand for.
It sucks, man.
It's also like, I'm
Tim Walz was a decent choice.
Policy-wise in Minnesota, he did a lot of
Tim
great
Walz.
things.
I've heard good things about Tim Walz policy-wise, but he was a little oafish. He was a little bumbly, you know. He was like, because J.D. Vance is kind of whip sharp.
Yes.
As much as he's a goober. He's a complete goober.
Oh, Diet Mountain Dew. The woke's gonna. I love you guys.
He's a goof, but at least he's like articulate. I didn't get that vibe at all from Walz.
No, Walz is like an old drunk.
Yeah.
He's an old drunk whose heart's in the right place.
Yes.
Is what I would say.
He's like a guy who I would bond with.
He's a great Midwestern governor.
Right.
He's a killer governor for a Midwestern state.
Right. He'd be great to run into and have a cheese curd and a beer
Yeah,
with.
that's the perfect job for a guy like that. He's the governor of Minnesota.
Yeah.
He gets IPA drunk
Yeah.
and cheese curd fat.
Yeah.
He gives everybody free school lunches and, paid maternity leave. And
Right.
everybody's psyched.
Yeah.
And he's nice and he shows up at the state fair and he pets the big pig and whatever. Yeah. He's a good politician in that way, but it's like he's not primed to be the vice president. That guy has no prospects of being the leader of the free world someday, where you look at Vance or you listen to him talk and you go, I could totally picture this guy being the president.
Yeah.
I could 100%.
I could see it too.
He's whip sharp. He's hyper articulate.
Yeah.
He explains policy inside and out. He explains the plight of the working class inside and out.
Yeah.
He lived it, whether or not you like it,
right.
whether or not he's
got the backstory. He was in the Marines. I mean,
yeah, he's ready.
He's pretty good.
He's
good at being a politician. Dude, I'm sure he's abhorrent if I looked into more of what he believed.
I send you that there's a comedian that posted why she was endorsing Kamala, and it was like, I don't like her, and one of the reasons she gave
so funny
why she didn't like her. So she's basically qualifying the statement. She's going, I don't like all these things about her, but I have to vote for reasons A, B, and C.
Yeah,
and one of the reasons she doesn't like her, she goes, I don't like her Israel vibe.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't support Israel. Could there be a more tone-deaf take than to go, Kamala, not genocidal enough for my taste, but gotta give her the nod.
Yeah, gotta give her the nod. I wish she wanted to kill more babies, but she only wants to kill some babies.
Her agent should be like, you need to 180 this.
Yeah.
If you want to sell tickets, you should 180 this. If you want to appeal to, like, the masses.
It's also a classic who cares.
Yeah.
I know you're talking about who could give a fuck about their opinion?
No. Dude.
I mean, my God. It's where is Jaw? That's always what I think about. Where is Jaw?
No, I love when people's endorsement doesn't fit their level of fame and relevance.
Crazy, bro.
It's like, do you think people are out for your
endorsement? And it's not a revelation of their political, alignment. It's a revelation of their massive egos.
Yes.
Right? Like, it's hypocritical we're doing this thing, but at the same time, it's a yap fest.
We're speaking to the boys.
We're speaking to the boys, and we're just yapping to the boys.
Yeah, we're yapping to the boys.
We don't have an Instagram following of 16 million.
No.
And we're going on there with this, like, notes app, fucking whatever.
I'm not acting like my opinions are a ceremony.
No.
Or should be.
No.
Or that they should be like something that moves the needle.
Right.
I'm in no delusion that this podcast moves the needle
No,
when it comes to
no,
politics.
it does not. The goal of this podcast fundamentally is to be funny and entertaining.
Yeah.
And I think when we earnestly speak our minds, that's when we're funniest and we're entertainingest.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing. There's no part of me that goes, I'm going to reach out to my guys
Yeah.
and let them know how to think and feel. There's no sanctimony involved.
Dude, these people are like, I have to use my platform. I'm like, buddy, your platform's 6 inches off the ground.
Yeah.
Your platform doesn't even get you to 6'2".
This is a curb.
Yeah.
It's not a platform. That's crazy. You're standing on the curb.
Yeah, this isn't even a milk crate.
Yeah, you're crazy.
Yeah.
The black Israelites have more of a platform.
Yeah, you'd have more of a platform if you borrowed their spackle bucket.
Yeah, for real. It's insane.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, dude, that's I mean, I've even had. So I was like, I flirted with like the idea of voting for Kamala, remember?
Yeah.
And I talked to you about it a little bit, and someone commented like, "Yo, don't do that." And I like commenting it, and I was like, "Welcome to hear that," and almost like, "Oh, okay, it's good to know what some people are feeling about the show." That was my reaction, not like "fuck this guy."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Can you imagine?
Yes.
That was my earnest take of just like demeaning some fucking YouTube commenter.
Yeah.
It's like the whole point. This whole thing is just YouTube comments.
That's
That's all we do.
Yeah.
We just read YouTube comments. It's fun.
Yes.
I don't know why. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna make a post though today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a really sad post.
I'm gonna endorse Kamala today.
Speaking of that, I did want before. Yeah, I'm gonna endorse her today.
I'm gonna post a long, dramatic endorsement of Kamala today.
Mark did make me laugh. He had like he had some kind of like he was like an ad for his podcast or something. Like he had a new podcast out or something, and it was this morning. He goes, "Guys, really important to get out and vote, but also you got to listen to my podcast." He goes, it's the Wednesday after election day. He goes, "You guys, you got to get out and vote." I just wanted to read. I was looking at the Kamala Harris subreddit during when it was clear she was going to lose.
Oh, dude, yeah, you were sending me this.
They're so funny. The first one I saw that cracked me up was just. The whole title of the post was "Sitting Here Sobbing," and that was a post from Fur and Feather Mom. So she's got 9 cats and 12 birds, and she's like weeping. Her parakeets are all around her, and she's just crying.
The anime community got hit hard.
The
furries got hit hard, dude.
Dude, they were licking their chops. And then another one was just a picture of a poodle. It's a picture of a poodle wearing a scarf and a Harris Walz thing. And it just says, "We're hopeful."
It's so funny to imagine these people like crying, typing in a Naruto costume.
Crazy. And then one just said, I got so nervous I had a craving for chocolate pudding, so I made pudding with cocoa powder and coconut cream. The liberals are so sad they're eating their feelings with chocolate pudding looking at the election results.
The liberals,
so funny.
The liberals are so upset they're defying their gluten allergies.
Yeah, they're just going all in and be like, I was trying to be keto. And then the last one I took a screenshot of, which I think is so fucking funny, is, "Guys, I need some advice. I donated more than I could afford to Kamala today. I don't want to shortchange her, but I need to look after myself. Is there a way to get the money back, or would I have to file a dispute? I feel like it was too late, and now it won't make a difference." So he donated on election day too much money, and then goes, "Can I get it back, please?"
Having literal Kamala Harris buyer's remorse is so funny. It's
crazy, bro.
So funny to have literal buyer's remorse about the losing presidential candidate. Just in earnest. Like,
Guys, seriously though, I maxed out my Amex donating Kamala Harris today, and his like little bitmoji, his little Reddit bitmoji is like a beard, a guy with a beard and glasses and like a big rainbow flag behind him. So it's just some polyamorous freak in like fucking Cleveland who's like, oh god, he's like fucking Miller Lite fat and just like looking. Oh no, I guess I donated too much. Dude, it's so crazy, dude. These fucking people, dude.
It's unbelievable. I mean, yeah.
I mean,
it's crazy.
Give us some time too. Like, I know we're dunky on the liberals. We'll fucking windmill dunk on MAGA people too.
No, we will, but they're not looking more pathetic right now.
Well, they just had a huge dub,
massive
big
dub
dub
for the boys.
So they got about 6 months. They're gonna ride this dub for about 6 months,
Yeah.
And then something's going to happen, and I'm going to be like, what a bunch of dumbasses.
I don't even think liberals are going to be as annoying this time as they were in 2016. That was my big worry. Is like, this is going to be exhausting. Because it feels like most of us agree it's tone deaf and cringe.
Yeah.
Like most people are like, this is embarrassing.
Yes.
This is a tough look for you.
Yeah.
Like people being
They're
like
fed up more than they are like, what the incredulous.
Like I think when people see a comment about how like we have to remember we're a deeply misogynistic and racist nation, they just go like I don't even think that riles people up the way it used to. I think it's more hilarious.
Yeah, it's like, dude, Kamala lost the election on stolen land. I just can't. You're like, what? You're like, well,
Trump won. He's standing where the Navajo Nation used to be.
It's a land acknowledgement.
Yeah, they just do a land acknowledgement as they're losing.
Just want to acknowledge this land that we're losing on.
It's stolen.
It belonged to the Tuskegee tribe.
Yes. And it's just crazy, dude.
The White House we will not be occupying actually used to be Tuscarora territory.
I'd just like to apologize to the Sioux Nation for this devastating loss.
The whole thing's been insane.
It sucks ass.
Dude, it's crazy. I also think I think that they thought the abortion issue was going to be bigger, and then I remembered that you can decide within your state. Like, you can vote on it. They left it up to the states. I think they should obviously not have overturned Roe v. Wade.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, yeah. Like, if you're in Michigan, you could vote for Trump and vote to codify abortion in the state.
Yeah.
So that doesn't really move the needle the way you think.
No, I agree.
You know?
Yeah. It used to be like, I mean, talk about a massive stepping back in terms of like abortion progress, you know?
Yeah.
Because the Roe v. Wade thing gets appealed, and then they have all these like emergency bills that get, you know, whatever. And then, you know, next thing you know, in fucking Kansas, you can't get any kind of abortion, and if you do, you'll go to jail, all this kind of shit, or whatever. But, you know, that all happens. But I remember the thing before, you know, maybe when Biden was in office was about like, or before rather, when Trump was in office was about like,
you know, the ones in Oklahoma are really far apart.
Yeah, there's not.
There's one in the state.
There's not enough abortion.
There's not enough abortion clinics. Now they're like, hey, now there's none.
Yeah, now there's zero.
Now there's zero. So it's like, Jesus.
Yeah, and I mean,
huge
like,
fucking L.
Yeah, I am pro-choice.
Yeah, I'm super pro-choice.
Yeah, that does suck. I mean, it's not going to change anytime soon.
No. But also, if a liberal, I mean, I don't know how the law works, obviously, but could she do an executive order to just reinstate it?
You need 2/3 of the House.
Well, that ain't happening.
Not even close. I mean,
they don't have
almost they're going to lose majority.
They lost the majority of the
Senate. And
so yeah, they don't have the Senate, they
majority.
don't have Congress, and they don't have the Supreme Court. You think Kamala's going to fucking reinstate Roe v. Wade?
Yeah, they thought there was
There's no way.
Yeah, they were like, that's the thing. Is like, they're like, we need her for women's rights. I'm like, well, you also need like a massive blue wave, and actually the opposite.
I'm still waiting on the blue wave. I don't know about you. The red mirage, that's where we're
I'm
in right now.
convinced the Republicans are going to win the next 10 elections.
Oh, no.
I mean, I'm seeing...
For the next 40 years?
Dude, I'm seeing... They have to have a massive shift.
They'd have to like
in the way they approach
180
on the way they approach human beings in this country.
It's crazy.
Like the way you talk to working class citizens of your nation.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be a whole philosophical change.
Yeah. Have you heard the sort of like accelerationist, like ultra lefty take of voting for Trump?
What's
We're
it
good.
say?
Oh no, we're good. We got a couple. We got 15 now.
Okay, cool.
No.
That was like Zizek saying like he liked Trump because he's so, you know, he's so fascistic that like people are gonna hate it so much that it's gonna like instill like a socialist revolution. Like if anything was gonna cause a violent socialist revolution, it would be like a guy like Trump.
Well, it's gonna force, I would hope, Democrats to get their ducks in a row. I mean, there's
yes,
a lot
that's
of,
what I want.
Yeah, there's a lot of super PAC money and corporate lobbyist influence that probably keeps them from talking about universal health care or UBI or maternity leave.
Makes them
whatever.
makes them change their mind on fucking fracking.
Yeah.
crazy, dude.
It's I want to know who was advising her.
It's
and
nuts.
How they missed the mark this much.
It's so funny too. Is like, yeah, we like the liberals is like, we're gonna make gas, like we'll just make it crazy expensive, and we'll we'll not frack, and we'll do like these giant windmills and all this kinds of shit like this, and gas will be like $1 million a gallon, which might be like a reasonable approach if you take global warming very seriously. But then the right goes, we're fracking, it's going to be $2 a gallon. Yeah. Woo! It's like, who do you think's going to win?
Who's going to win?
Who's going to win?
They have to like...
Jimmy Carter was a great president, policy-wise, and the American people hated his guts.
Yes.
Hated his guts.
Yeah, he
wanted to put... I mean, there was like a gas embargo. There was solar panels on the White House. Like,
Dude.
he was like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you really have to like... They need to just... bring out a blackboard and write a list of American people's priorities.
Yeah.
And it's like...
You need to start from absolute zero.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the environment is so low.
Yeah, of course.
These people don't have...
But also the idea that, like... the idea that the environment is... Like, they've also done this thing, which I think is like what you're saying about super PACs and lobbies, is they've made the environment an individual's problem.
Yes.
They go, you need to recycle, you need to get a electric car, you need to put solar panels on your thing, you need to be okay paying $8 a gallon for gas because that's the right thing to do for the planet. You need to do your part and do that.
Yeah. Which,
look, that's going to help the environment. That's not untrue. But the idea of doing that, of approaching it as this individualistic problem when... I didn't do the BP oil spill.
Yes.
You look at I think it's something...
You think I flew up there and tore a hole in the ozone layer?
I swear to God, it's like the top 5% of companies contribute 50% of like the carbon emissions.
Yeah.
And I go, bro, it wouldn't make a fucking dent.
No.
It wouldn't make a fucking dent.
No.
You should litter. I feel like littering just talking about this. It makes me so irate. And then Trump goes, it's not real, don't worry about it. Who's going to make me feel better?
It's also like the idea that someone's going to like race home, race to the daycare center that they pay too much money for from their grocery store job to pick up their kid and bring them home so they could cook them dinner on 3 hours sleep. And then when they get there, they're going to be like, no, honey, we need to recycle that.
Yes.
Like that they're going to keep tabs on that all the time?
No, honey, you should get the organic produce. No, you should pay $3 extra a pound for apples. Those apples we never eat anyway because McDonald's is cheaper. It's crazy.
So insane.
Dude, you have people. I knew so many people. I know a handful of people. But they were like STEM people and they were super left wing in Florida. And I know multiple of them. I know one of them worked for like Lockheed Martin. I knew multiple like smart liberal people who went to work for Lockheed Martin because they could make a lot of money.
Yeah.
So you go, this guy, he has these college ideals, and he still gets offered $120,000 starting salary to go, design the wing of a missile. And he goes, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Instantly throws it away for money.
Yeah.
So that's the problem.
It's
not people's feelings about things.
No, it's everybody's
economic. It's
biggest
everyone's
issue.
economic reality.
It's almost everyone's biggest problem.
Yes.
Almost everyone's biggest problem has to do with the amount of money they have, the amount of money they have coming in, the amount of money they can save,
that they have to spend.
Yeah, and you're pushing these people out of the asset owning class.
Yes.
So like it's going to become we're headed on a track where it's becoming a genuine luxury to own a home or stocks.
Yes.
That's crazy.
It's nuts.
Dude, all the boomers owned home. Like most people's parents that I know who are in their 50s, 60s, 70s own homes. They have stock options. Yeah. Like they have a 401k or they have an investment portfolio.
Right.
They have a house. They might have a vacation house. Mm-hmm. These people were making $95,000 a year doing this. Yeah. And that's good money, but it's not insane. It's
not crazy
Like
money.
The idea of even participating in owning assets in this country feels so far-fetched to so many people. It's like you've made this... I wouldn't be surprised if like 10% of the country in 50 years owns real estate or stocks.
Yeah.
Or serious stocks over like six figures.
You have like a whole new kind of ruling class. Yeah, no, dude, both my parents, they're not like, neither of them have college degrees, and both of them owned homes by the time they were in their 30s.
There you go. What do you...
You think that's going to happen for any of us?
Yeah, I mean, it would have to be like two successful YouTubers. Who
Yeah.
like they'd have to be OnlyFans porn stars.
Right. My dad would be Kai Cenat. My mom would have an OnlyFans.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Your mom would be
Okay, go. Don't say for sure like that.
Definitely. I mean, definitely.
That's the only way they would have owned homes.
Yeah.
In their late 20s and early 30s like they did.
Yeah.
In the 1980s.
Your dad would be Twitch streaming. Your mom would be
my dad
showing
would be
home.
like fucking cracked at Fortnite. And my mom would be throwing ass.
Showing cheeks.
It's the only way.
That's like the only
I've been trying to tell my girl this.
Yeah.
I go, hey, I'm going to start gaming, and you're going to start throwing cheeks. Because the podcast is not working out.
It's crazy. Like
It's crazy. I'm glad we did this episode, though. I feel better.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like I had a lot. I felt like a corkscrew. I felt all wound up.
Really?
Like a spring. You know, I
I've
had some
never
tension.
felt lighter.
Well, you just feel like you got to say something.
Yeah.
Sometimes you feel like you just got to
Just get it out of your
use your
system.
voice. So we got to use our platform.
Yeah, we have to use our platform.
We have to use our platform.
We just wanted you to know we're using our platform.
We just wanted you to know that we love our platform. We want to use our platform.
And I want to go on the record. Today is Wednesday, November 6th, and I am endorsing Kamala Harris. So I just want to use my platform for good. You know, it's time we put racism and misogyny aside. I know you can't afford eggs. I know bottled water is getting a little expensive. I know you're working 2 jobs. You're making $18 an hour. I know that you're living in Section 8 housing, but I'm with her.
We're with her.
We're with her. It's Wednesday, November 6th, and we want to say we're with her.
We're with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I voted for Trump. Can I go back and change it? No, I didn't vote.
No, I didn't vote either.
I didn't vote.
No.
Nice, dude.
Let's go. I mean, we live in Texas.
Yeah. That's the other thing. He also won the popular vote.
Yeah, I know. I know.
He won the popular vote.
He won everybody's vote, dude.
Destroyed.
He fucking crushed.
Yeah, I mean,
He crushed.
it's also so funny. Like, I got my bike and I've been riding it around.
Yeah.
Dude, it'll be like, I'll ride it towards downtown. I live in South Austin.
Yeah.
And as you go further towards downtown, obviously downtown is like a hellscape here in Austin. But as you get closer to downtown, the neighborhoods get nicer and nicer. Yeah. And it's not until you're in that little inner circle do you see a Harris Wall sign on every lawn.
Oh, yeah.
My neighborhood, there's not a Harris Wall
there's
sign.
none.
It's
None of mine
like
either.
Interesting.
No, it's very funny. It's like a lot of people are like, oh, as soon as you get X, Y, 50 miles out of the city, you're going to blah, blah, blah. It's like 50 miles, bro.
Yeah.
In Austin, it's 50 yards.
Yeah.
If you don't live in downtown proper.
There was also used to be this idea of like, yeah, once you get old and money, you get money, you get old, you're smart enough. To be young and liberal is to have a heart. To be old and conservative is to have a brain. It's like, really? Because every fucking old rich person I know loves Kamala and Tim Walz.
Really?
I mean, like...
Not every old rich person I know.
All the old richy riches I know, like a lot of them are big...
Coming from New York, I guess.
Yeah, dude, they're neo.
I mean, I'm from Florida. It's not the case.
I guess you're,
Not the case.
To me, it's like, that's really flipped now.
Yeah.
Where these are like neo-libs who are clutching their pearls over a mean Donald Trump.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, that's like my parents.
Yeah, me too.
So, but that's,
my mom has sent,
I haven't talked to my parents yet. They're probably pretty sad.
I'm going to wait like a week to talk to my mom.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about it. I was just calling my mom. Woo! Let's go, baby! Mega, 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 mega. Choo, choo. Hold on, I got a new pistol. I tell you, my mom got like mad at me for going to a gun range.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was like, "You can't." And I was like, "Click, click, boom!" I'm like, I just have a grenade now.
Just sitting in your bedroom holding.
All right, you want to wrap things up?
All right, yeah, we will.
All right.
Shout out to the Weeklings. Thank you for joining us.
Subscribe to the Patreon.
Yes, shout out to the Patreon.
2 extra episodes a week on top of the free one is what I meant to say.
Yes, shout out to the Weeklings. Supreme
Shout
gentlemen.
out to the motherfucking Weeklings.
See your name at the end of the episode. A little something for you.
For the boys.
We love you.
All right, love you.